Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 279 Early. It's the tier 10 reward tank. It's a heavy tank, a Russian heavy, and it's located on the south spawn of Malinovka, and this one is under the command of Awppenheimer, and with him in the Death Star is Twisted Rapture and Chucky Claws in the Heshbon. Game on! Well, it's been a while since I've seen Awppenheimer send in a replay. Actually, he did say he took a break from the game for a while, but he decided to come back, and well, we're very glad that he did, because he and Chucky Claw and Twisted Rapture are very, very good at the game, and we've got a couple of replays from them, so this should be a bit of fun. Object 279 is rather OP. As you know, it's the only tank in the game with 4 tracks which are aligned horizontally. There is another tank in the game now that does have 4 tracks. Obviously the AE Phase 1 has them, and the Yo tanks have them as well, rather unusually. So it seems to be that having more than one set of tracks is actually catching on. The gun is a 122mm, capable of 440 alpha, and it's got some of the toughest armour in the game. 330mm at the front on the turret, and the hull is 185 at the front. But it's really difficult to kill one of these things, as many who come up against them will tell you. In fact, the best way to take them out is either with artillery, or by shooting down on top of them to try and get the armour when it's thinnest. Because it's got a lovely angled shape on the front, nicely rounded. This is a tank that never went into production. It was designed on a blueprint in 1947-48, and there is a functional prototype, and that is at Kubinka at this moment, the only one. Looks slightly different to the one you're seeing here. But, oh, well, he's been spotted, and it's an Object 430U that's found him. They got up the hill before us. One of the drawbacks with this tank is it's kind of slow. It's only 40 kilometers an hour top speed, so yeah, you're not going to get up there very fast, but it has the best DPM, gun handling, aim time. It's a monster. If you're a really good player, you can terrorize the enemy with this thing. Puts a round into the Centurion 7-1 for 464. It's a high roll, but he takes a round from the Object 430, which of course is considered the best medium tank in the game by many. Oh, but he didn't pen that time. Even though he used the heat round, he couldn't get through. And in fact, actually, you just saw him take a round in the rear from his own teammate. Now, is he going to take out the... Yep, gets one into the 257, high roll. Going for it again. See that angled armour at the front? Easy to punch that through if you angle against the 279. He'll take advantage. And there you go, he's out the game. So he's got his first kill. Okay, now he's going to push on the Rhino Sorrente. Okay, no, he actually shot the Object 430U instead, who actually pulled back just at the right moment, but I think the Rhino Sorrente is going to take the next one. Oh, he didn't pen! It just didn't go through. That one did, and it's a high roll again. Unfortunately, we lost our 60 TP, but the Rhino Sorrente takes another round. Now he's a one-shot. If he can get a high roll on the next shot. Say goodnight. Oh! Robbed! He was robbed! He should have got that kill, but he will get the kill this time. Bye-bye, Rhino Sorrente. Yeah, you're out the game. And now he needs to deal with the Centurion, because the Object 430U is hiding around the corner. Oh, he's going to deal with the E75 first, but he gets a low roll. His teammates are dealing with the others. The Centurion has more common sense. You see, he pulled back, but he got a low roll on that one anyway. And now he's not a target. So, 430, you're out. So 3 kills. Chucky Claw's got 1. The platoon have got all the kills for the team so far. And Awppenheimer potentially has a high caliber because he's got the most damage. 5.3k of damage. There goes the Centurion. The Mountain, he's trying to run away. That's getting a speed assist from the hut, from the hill. And now he's going to go down a monster, that E75. Hello. Yep, you're next. 4 kills. He's boosting his speed by going downhill. Yeah, this is becoming a bit of a rout. Mind you, I expect the enemy will start firing back. And remember, there's a T30 out there with a 155mm gun. And there's also a Leopard 1 at distance. And of course, he's a great sniping tank. Whether or not they can actually pen Awppenheimer, I don't know, but they'll give it a go. The standard reload time is 10.07. He's got 7.64, so he's boosted his crew skills. And he was spotted by the Jaeger when he went up onto that little gap there. So he needs to hang back a second or so just to make sure that the Jaeger's lost sight of him. Because he doesn't want to get hit by a 17cm round. Instead, he actually gets hit by an 8-inch round from an M53, M55, but it was only a splash. Now he can go after the T30 and the Jaeger. Hello, Mr. T30. Yep, that's the nice hit. Low roll. Waffenträger. Danger, danger. Go for it. Yep. Low roll, 437. It looked to me like the Jaeger who just died. T30. Yep. He's gone, but we didn't pen him. Okay, so the Leopard's gone down into the dip. And the Waffenträger is still in sight, but he's gone. And in fact, actually, it was Twisted Rapture who got the kill. So now it's a race. There's only 4 enemies left and they're dying like flies. Who bought the bug spray? Okay, the M53, M55's about to go. He's gone. There's the Heshbon. Takes one round, a low roll, 421. And he's gone. And Chucky Claw got that one. And now it's the Leopard. He's the last alive. But he won't be for long. And yeah, he's out of the game. Oh, that was monster. And what a quick game that was too. It's really fun when you watch a really good player tear the enemy a new one by just running right over the top of them like that. That was a brilliant game by Awppenheimer in the Object 279 early. He managed to get a first-class tanker. He's had them before, so it's not a new one for him there. I think he's actually had ace tankers in this thing as well. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4, as well as a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a spotter for spotting more than 1,000 hit points of damage, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and that's what he got, exactly 5 critical hits. He also managed to get the high caliber in that game, and look at the win 8 of that one, 7,797. Yeah, very super unicum and very nice indeed. Look at the damage, 6,802 hit points of damage in a very quick game. 4,403 went to, well, I think that was Chucky Claw actually, and the third on damage on his team happened to be the 3rd highest damage in the game, and that happened to be Twisted Rapture in the Death Star with 2,807. Yeah, they were having a bit of a romp over the enemy. When it came to kills, yep, he had the highest number of those, 4 kills. 2 kills went to Twisted Rapture, and 2 kills also to the T95 and the Waffenträger. Unfortunately, no, it's Twisted Rapture here. That's Chucky Claw. Sorry, I got them wrong. Twisted Rapture only got 1 kill out of that one, but then there was 11 members of the enemy team didn't get a kill at all in that game. Only 4 of them actually got a kill, and it was only 1 kill at that. And when it came to base XP, yeah, Awppenheimer's right at the top with 1,426. 807 went to the Udas, and 801 went to the T57 Heavy. Chucky Claw, yep, it is Chucky Claw, 792 in the Heshbon. And when it came to the Death Star, well, he's way down actually, 605, but virtually everybody on the team actually has a fairly high base XP because they were all doing their utmost to win the game as quickly as they could. Let's have a look at detail. 24 shots fired, 22 direct hits, 18 penetrations. He did use some premium ammo, but he needed to, because some of the tanks he was up against, if he wanted to kill them quickly, he needed to make sure that he got the penetration. 6,802 hit points of damage, of which 863 were done at more than 300 meters. And yeah, there was very few tanks that he took out at long range or hit at long range, and the T-30 I think was one of them. He received 10 hits from the enemy, only 2 of which actually penetrated in that game, and the Object 430U was one of the guys who did get a pen. 8 non-penetrations. Again, this armour is so tough, it's very difficult for the enemy to get through. Even if they're using heat rounds, they were finding it very difficult. And 1 hit by way of splash damage, that was the enemy Arty, the GWE100, who did have a go, but he only managed to get a splash, I'm afraid. No, actually it wasn't a GWE100, it was an M53, M55. Sorry to that player. 2,590 hit points of damage blocked by armour, 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 3,870 hit points of spotting assist. Yeah, he was leading the field so much that the other team members were actually spotting what he was watching and taking advantage of it. And of course, then he was picking up the spotting assist. 100,326 credits for the actual battle, 50,163 from personal reserves, a total of 150,489 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, and even though he was actually using a lot of premium and he did have those consumables, he still made a profit of 2,766. If he had been on a free-to-play account, he would have made a loss, but Awppenheimer did take advantage and he made a profit, so very nicely. He got 7 bonds for this being a tier 10 game, 2,139 XP, 4,278 for mission completion, 107 for this being a bonus, a premium vehicle. Obviously you don't get much for the reward premium vehicles simply because you managed to get them by being a good player. It's only the ones you pay for that you actually get a good bonus out of. 6,524 experience points altogether. So let's have a look at this armor profile. I think we actually have had the profile before, but let's have a look at it and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's very solid armor. You can see there at the front of the armor, 185 on the hull down at the bottom. Because it's so well angled, you're not getting anything much below 250 millimeters. In fact, it goes higher as you get closer to the turret rather than being lower. You'd think that as it goes up, you'd actually get less, but no, it actually gets higher. And you can see it's very nicely smooth and rounded, which makes it much easier to bounce the rounds. This is the tough armor, the really tough 330 millimeters, which because of the angling actually gets better as you go towards the edges, because it's much more likely to bounce off the armor. The weak spot is of course the top of the turret, but your chances of getting that shell to dig in and bite through, even though it's only 90 millimeters thick at that point, is more than likely going to ricochet off because the angle's wrong. And you can see as well with the cupolas, 210 millimeters on the cupola. Yeah, you're not going to get one through the cupola even very easily. The best way to take one of these down is actually if you look at it from above and you shoot at it with an Arty, you can see you've got 160 millimeters to get through from this angle, and yes, it's a little easier to penetrate one of these from above. You can penetrate them from the rear. The turret's not so strong at the back of the vehicle. 90 millimeters on the turret, the engine deck 30 millimeters. It can get penned by Arty. The rear of the vehicle 90 millimeters again, but it's all slab-sided, so yes, you should be able to pen it from the rear. If you want to try and get through the sides, well, look at that angling there on the sides of the vehicle. That's more than likely going to bounce rounds down into the tracks, so it's going to be very difficult to get through the side armor. But look at that, it's 100 millimeters. With the angling, it goes up, so good luck trying to get through the side armor, unless of course you want your round to bounce into the tracks. Yes, probably not a wise decision. Now we will do the live view. I know some people. And that member did actually call up and say, can I see the live view each time? And we will do it, but you can see from the live view it's very, very strong armor indeed. And so yeah, this thing is not easy to pen. A little easier to pen on the sides, it goes green, and of course on the rear, but from the front, no, it's a monster. And the only way you can pen it, as you can see by changing the angle, is from above. So try and get it in a position where you can shoot down on him from a cliff or something like that, and then you might be able to get through him. Let's have a look at the modules. Well, this tank is rather unusual because it's got a reclining driver, which of course is like most British tanks. They have a reclining driver. In fact, many tanks in the world now have a reclining driver because it's much easier for them. And of course, it makes it flatter. The tank's flatter because, of course, they're in a reclining position. They can just look up through the viewports or through the periscopes and see where they're going from a reclining position. On this side, you can see there's a big ammo rack. This is why it's actually more advantageous to shoot this tank at the front or on the sides, because you might actually be able to get the shell through the armour on the sides into the ammo rack if you've got enough pen. The driver is, as I said, centre in the front. We've got the gunner on the right-hand side, the TC behind him with the radio, and on the left side of the turret we've got the loader, and he's got an ammo rack behind him. Remember, it's very easy to punch through the rear, or easier because it's 90mm of armour here and 90mm there. So yes, you should be able to punch through that ammo rack there if you can get behind one of these. Engine is well, it's sandwiched between two fuel tanks, but it's the whole width of the tank, and it's a relatively flat tank at that. And of course, you can't see the transmission because, of course, transmission's going directly into the tracks. It's just not showing, but there's no transmission for you to hit really. It's just a big engine at the rear. So there you go. That's the I didn't bring it up to full page, did I? Oh dear. Anyway, but that's where the everything is. You can see there's another ammo rack on this side. Again, I did mention the armor here is actually quite strong, 100mm, and with the angling it comes out at 177. So to go through that, you'd obviously need a heat round and to hit it at the right angle, otherwise it's going to hit the tracks. So that's the modules on the Object 279E. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and please do let other people know that we're actually giving all of the revenue from this channel to the Red Cross Ukraine appeal to help the refugees coming out of the war. Obviously, please, the more of our videos you watch, the more money the channel earns, and we will provide, or we are providing proof on the What Noobs page and the What Arty Noobs page on Facebook to let people know where the money's actually gone and the proof that we've sent it and it is the correct amount. So please do watch as many of our videos. I know even if you can't stand my voice, just turn the sound off and just watch the video because these are great games. And we've got another game coming up, not by Awppenheimer this time. He's actually sent in a replay by Twisted Rapture. So we'll get to see a game where he's besting everyone for a change. Thanks for watching.